It's been 5 years since the Hedgepests lost their daughter, Faith. She was taken from them way too early. And as a parent, I can't imagine how difficult it must be to not only lose your child, but to not know why someone would do this. You know, Chris and I have considered a lot of scenarios, and we can only hope it will help shed some light on the case.
Let's talk about some of the facts that we know. We do know that there's a video of Faith and Karina leaving Thrill nightclub at 2:07 a.m. It's believed that she went back to the apartment complex with Karina, alone, just those two. So the question for me becomes, what happened between the time they got home at 2:30 to the time Karina left at 4:30? And the only two people who really know would be Faith and Karina. Well, based on the fact that we know Karina was with Faith for an extended period of time alone, she would have had a means and opportunity to be involved. But then you have to ask yourself, what would her motive be?
Why?
Why? They were like sisters. This is what I came to. You guys know there was that pocket dial that came from Faith's phone at 1:27 a.m. What do you guys think about the pocket dial?
I have listened to that voicemail so many times, okay? And I know Faith's voice, and I know that I hear screams in the background, and I know they're coming from Faith, whether they're screams of happiness or pain. Sometimes, that's debatable, okay? But there's a sense of that something's not right.
I think the first minute and 10 seconds of that audio recording is a conversation, a heated conversation between two females. And we know that it came from Faith's phone, so you have to assume that one of those two females is Faith. And the second female, I don't know who it is, but again, I would believe, seeing that she arrived at the club with Karina, it was probably Karina. I'm not saying that she is the killer. I'm not saying that she was even there when it happened. But to think that she has no knowledge of what happened that night, it's troubling to me. Are there any questions that you guys have about what I've said so far?
I believe in the Chapel Police Department. I believe that they are truly investigating, and as they say, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Right. And so it's just gonna have to be patient and stand still and let God. It'll happen. I believe it will.
I want the perpetrator, the murderers, possibly plural, to know that it's not going to go away. And I'm sure that's what they're banking on, that after a certain amount of time, we'll stop trying to find out who did it. And police will give up, and they can go on about their life.
And that's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen, yeah.
Chris and I both agree that Karina is a strong person of interest. Her connection to this case is unknown. Do you still talk to Karina?
No, she doesn't take my calls anymore.
If she's watching this, what do you have to say to her?
To just remind her of a couple of things that I've always said. Well, first of all, that I love her. I mean, I became very close to her, and I care about her. I hate if she's having to go through anything that she shouldn't have to because of her association with Faith, or because what certain people may think she knows or has, was involved in. And I wanted her to remember that I told her myself, I always have to remember that it could have been Karina who was found and Faith who found her. And how would I feel if I were trying to defend Faith, people were looking at Faith in this. But I believe that had the table been turned, or that scenario had been true, I believe Faith would have been very upfront, very transparent, wanting to talk to people. And I guess that part disturbs me, that the silence disturbs me.
We hope that they hear your message and something comes out of this. And we want to thank you for your time and you allowing us to look at this. This is not something that's easy for a family to do. And we hope that we did you some justice and maybe clarified a couple of things and maybe even raised a couple questions. And at minimum, this gets out to the people that may know something and they eventually come forward.
Okay. Well, again, thank you guys.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you
For
so
what you're
much.
doing.
We appreciate it.
Faith Hedgepeth didn't deserve what happened to her. Her death has left her family and her community with a lot of unanswered questions. And her murderer still hasn't been brought to justice, but someone out there knows more than they're saying. They need to step forward.
We all have a responsibility to help bring closure to those who need it, and we can all work together to break any case that's unsolved.